between frightened and unsafe feeling college students and climate change hysteria.
Okay.
All right, we have a new. Remember last week we had the guy who was very put off his feed because men were installing radiators and he's trans, and yet he couldn't deny the self-evidence that they were men. How did he know they were men?
Mm-hmm.
But he was terribly frightened by that and felt unsafe. Well, we have some new frightened students now at Christopher Newport University in Virginia. The outraged students there have protested against the school's scholar in residence over a tweet she posted decrying DC Comics for making their Superman character bisexual. Students said that tweet made them feel unsafe.
Unsafe?
Wow.
Reading her tweet, we felt uncomfortable and scared in a place we are supposed to call our home, said sophomore Abigail Honeycutt to WTKR-TV. The tweet from author Sophia Nelson questioned the wisdom of marketing bisexual Superman to children. I don't get why this is necessary. I don't. What if Christian parents of children reading comic books don't want their kids exposed to bisexual characters? This is being pushed on kids. Read the tweet. Then parents have to explain it. Most cannot. And she had to delete that because it stole the safety from the university students.
Stole the safety.
I was sad and angry, and I would want the university to publicly denounce her actions. It's not what we stand for. It's not a community of excellence, Honeycutt said. Okay, then Christopher Newport University President Paul Tribble released a long statement promising to change the policies and appease the students hurt by the tweet. I'm not going to read his thing.
No. Well, what's wrong with critical thinking? What's wrong with both sides of the argument? This is what Johnny and I live for.
Well, this is the failed academy.
This is what we do. We debate. We have fun. We talk about it. Jeez.
This Nelson woman, an author, said, "Today it's me in the crosshairs. Tomorrow it's you." Nelson is a former Republican who left the party over the election of Trump. In a recent interview on MSNBC, she said the GOP is unsalvageable and Republicans need to form a new party to replace it. She hardly sounds like the right-wing ogre that would make these children so uncomfortable. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Now, let's link that. Let's link that. Is there any wonder that you get this kind of stuff? There's a guy named Jeff Goodell of Rolling Stone magazine who wrote that Joe Manchin just cooked the planet by not supporting Biden's massive federal spending bill. He condemned virtually every living creature on Earth to a hellish future of suffering, hardship, and death.
Wow.
West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin just cooked the planet. I don't mean that in a metaphorical sense. I mean that literally. Unless Manchin changes his negotiating position dramatically, he will be remembered as the man who, when the moment of decision came, chose to condemn virtually every living creature on Earth to a hellish future of suffering, hardship, and death. Well, no, block those metaphors. That can't possibly be true. But you can see, if you are in a college environment and you're frightened by radiator repairmen, and you're frightened by a tweet, which was very civil and ordinary, put out by your resident scholar in residence, doesn't it stand to reason you're going to be the first saps to buy this idea that you're going to melt?
Yeah.
You're the first saps who are going to write like this idiot did in Rolling Stone. You're the first saps who are going to hope and pray and run to the government to protect you from the melting polar ice caps and rising seas. Never mind, that's where all the elites buy their homes. It stands to reason. There's no other way to look at it. We're raising young people who are stupid.
Yeah.
They're just stupid.
Imagine if this was your child. Or I guess the product of those people, they probably fall in line with that kind of thinking anyway.
Yeah. They're making their parents proud, Chris.
Did you guys see, speaking of the climate? Did you guys see that? I was trying to find the video, the protest in New York City over this.
Oh, and the drivers were getting a little angry.
They were, but somebody pointed out, you idiots realize that all of these cars idling on the, I forget what bridge it was in New York City, but it was a massive freeway. Oh. The damage that you're doing, it was pretty funny.
Well, on a positive note, college enrollment is seeing its largest 2-year decline in 50 years.
Really?
Now, I'd love to believe that's because young people have come to their senses and realized that it's a failed academy, but mostly it's because of COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. College enrollment was supposed to bounce back this fall. Instead, more students opted out. Nationwide, fewer students went back to school again this year, dragging undergraduate enrollment down another 3.2%, according to a new report from the National Student Clearinghouse Research Center that's based on early data from colleges. I don't care. I think that I think everyone should really think hard about committing 50, 60, 70 grand a year to the failed academy when there are so many other things you could do. I do believe the academy works if you enter it with a specific, defined discipline in your mind.
I saw a great tweet that was forwarded to us, I believe, by Jordy, and it said, the one thing that the COVID vaccine and gender studies degrees have in common are 38% of them work.
Right.
Which I thought was pretty funny.
Right. If you go and get an English degree or a social studies degree, you're doomed. But I need to become a physicist to specifically work on this aerospace project in the future, then the academy would work for you.
And if I go to law school in the state of Washington, I don't even need to pass the bar exam. Was it Washington? Where was that?
Well, it's being proposed here.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is it here? Okay. Yeah.
Coffee passed it.
That's right.
Then flew out here and passed one.
Right.
Other than that, she hasn't done a damn thing.
This Goodell character.
Yeah.
I just looked up his history, shall we say?
Yeah.
Every story he has ever written is about the environment.
Really?
Literally every story. And then when I went to his Wikipedia page, he's also written 6 books about the environment. So I think he may be a bit obsessed.
That's why I
I'm just
don't get
guessing.
Rolling Stone anymore. I don't want to put up with that kind of moron.
Well,
Well, they've always had those kind of writers. I
Right,
mean,
but they've never.
that's
They've been.
nothing.
They've
You're
been.
just getting older and more conservative,
They
Joe.
don't do any music anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Very
I haven't
rarely.
seen Rolling Stone in a long time.
Either have I.
Father-in-law
Either
always.
have
My father-in-law, until his dying day, read Rolling Stone just so, to quote Bill, I know what the enemy's up to.
that's what I was humored by on
Love that
Sunday
guy.
night, that people that were taking selfies at the Stones concert were tweeting them out with at Rolling Stone, as in the magazine, not the band.
Whoops.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh man, I think Manchin has a better grasp of the American constituency than this fruitcake for Rolling Stone.